You know, when I thought about this idea, and I thought, it's time to bring SEGASLAYER64 complaints back, I thought to myself, what is the best way to do it? Well, what about if I don't complain this time, but instead, I upset you guys? That's right, I completely understand that this one video right here could potentially get me canceled. My entire career gone, over, done, bye. Controversial as it may be, I don't care. You're wrong, and I'm right. And that's the way it's gonna be. Players, I'm the one and only world's coolest Sega enthusiast, SEGASLAYER64, and you know, there's something special about me, something very special about me that I don't feel like I talk about this enough, okay? I tend to get very sporadic ideas out of nowhere. It is currently 12:54 in the morning, and I am recording this video with the garbage Odin mic. Do not worry, my new mic will be here in a few days, but I'm recording this on Friday. Well, I guess it's now Saturday. And if you're seeing this video on Saturday, then you know I'm recording this on Saturday. But I tend to get very sporadic ideas, and I was just sitting here, right, no reason at all, and I thought about this earlier Friday morning. I thought about this. Earlier Friday morning, I thought about this, and I just tend to get these very sporadic ideas out of nowhere. And I thought to myself, man, water levels are insanely underrated. And I'm not joking, okay? This is a SEGASLAYER64 complains, but I'm complaining about everyone else, okay? Water levels get way too much hate on the internet. And, you know, I thought about it, and I think what brings me to this conclusion is I saw a Twitter post the other day, and if I find it, I'll put a picture of it up on screen. But it was somebody complaining about water levels and how awful they are. And honestly, I don't agree. Now, I want to say this right from the jump, okay? When water levels suck, water levels suck. I'm probably playing a water level in the background of this video. I don't know which one I'm going to play, but it's probably some type of water level in the background of this video. And when I say water levels suck, certain water levels really suck. But when they're good, I'd argue they can be the best levels in a game, okay? And yes, again, there are really bad ones. Here's a couple examples, right? I'll put some footage of some levels that I think really suck as water levels right about here. So I hope you saw those, and I hope you thought to yourself, okay, yeah, those levels were absolutely garbage, but there are a lot more that I can think of. The water levels from Super Mario 3D Land are chef's kiss, amazing. I freaking love those levels, and the music is so freaking good. They're so amazing, and like, oh man, and the level design is actually really fun and engaging. I think the enemies are almost always interesting. And then again, you know, there's also other stuff like Water Palace from, you know, Sonic Rush, which I think is really good and arguably best level in that game. We'll talk more about that when we get to the Let's Play, but arguably I'd say the best level in that entire game. Then we got stuff like the water levels from Donkey Kong Country, which I know those get a lot of hate because of how slow they can be. I understand that, but honestly, I freaking love those. You cannot tell me that aquatic ambience isn't the greatest song on the entire Super Nintendo. I don't care. I don't care what anyone else has to say. It is the single best track out of any Super Nintendo game, period. And you know, I don't like Nintendo, but I'll be the first one to admit the Super Nintendo has a lot of banging tracks. I'm not going to lie. It has a lot of banging tracks, but Aquatic Ambience just hits somewhere different, bro. Donkey Kong Country 2, ooh, the Donkey Kong Country series altogether has a lot of insanely good music, but Donkey Kong Country water levels are just on a whole nother freaking level. They're amazing, and I'm getting tired of you people out there not giving water levels the respect they deserve, okay? We got stuff like Dire Docks out here showing everybody what it means to be a goated level. Jolly Roger Bay out here showing everybody what it means to be a goated level. Oftentimes, right, the main big complaints I hear are that water levels are too slow. Now, that is true. Water levels do tend to slow the gameplay down, but I actually enjoy that, and I'm going to tell you why. Lots of times in games, I feel like games tend to go too fast, especially, I don't know, especially more modern games, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, especially platformers, where it feels like platformers are getting shorter and shorter, and everyone's just speeding on through them. It's just like, I miss the occasional water level to break up the pace and slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sure, everything doesn't have to be speed, okay? And this is ironic coming from a guy whose favorite company and favorite video game character is literally the fastest thing alive, Sonic the Hedgehog. But listen, and he can't swim. I understand the irony and all that, but you have to understand, okay? Sonic is not me. I am not Sonic. Sonic is not my personality, okay? I enjoy the slow pace and the relaxing music. I can't tell you how many fond memories I have as a kid of playing a game just to get to a horror level and just falling asleep at the relaxing music. Don't believe me? Here's some 3 of my top favorite water tracks of all time. Hear those? I mean, just tell me they're not relaxing. Tell me they weren't relaxing and you don't feel like relaxed listening to those, because if you don't, there's something wrong with you, okay? Next biggest complaint I usually hear is that the enemies are usually cheap. Honestly, I'd say that's fair. I'm gonna be real. I'll say that's fair. Some water levels, not all of them, some water levels do tend to have kind of cheap enemy placements. Sonic levels especially, right? But I think the problem is that people just have, here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think the problem is water levels. I think the problem is developers just don't know how to make decent water levels. But when they do it, they do it. I don't know how to explain it. I can think of the lowest of the low right now. The contrast. The water temple from Ocarina of Time. Oh god. Oh, that is one of the worst water levels. I know Ocarina of Time doesn't technically have levels, but it's a dungeon. But like, being real for a second, that is one of the worst water levels I've ever had to play. But on the contrast, I think Aquarium Park from Sonic Colors is one of the best water stages ever. The music is so relaxed, it's so zen, it's so, you know, you just rock along with it. And then it does slow down the pace a little bit, but again, I don't think games have to always be speed. In fact, I'd argue people in life take speed too seriously. I've always been one of those people to think to myself, maybe it's time to slow down. Maybe it's time to enjoy some things. And one of the things I love about water levels more than anything else is that to accompany the slow gameplay and to accompany the more relaxed music, they often have very vividly designed levels and like backgrounds and things for you to look at and just go, and you know, I feel like a lot of people just pass that down. They just think, oh no, here's a video game, I gotta be speedrunners. And you know what? I'm just gonna say, I feel like speedrunners ruined gaming in this sense, right? Where when you play a game now, it almost feels like, and I'm guilty of this myself, it almost feels like everybody needs to boost through to make it, to make your game fun, is that you have to boost through. I don't know, I feel like people don't know how to slow down and enjoy it nowadays. And again, I do want to state, because when there are bad water levels, there are, but I just think that water levels can be good. I think they have their advantages, and I think some of them do it really well, some of them do it really bad. I just think it's developers. Now, I know some of you out there might be saying, well, SEGASLAYER, this video didn't really have any substance. It was just you ranting on for almost 10 minutes. But look, that's the entire point of SEGASLAYER64 Complains. I got this idea very sporadically. I don't even have my mic yet. I'm still using the Odin mic. And I was like, I gotta record this. I gotta talk about this. That's just the way SEGASLAYER64 Complains works. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below, what is your opinion on water levels? Do you feel like they're underrated? Do you feel like they're overrated? Do you feel like they're just terrible? Or is it that you're just letting bad experiences cloud your judgment on even some of the best water levels, okay? I don't know. Do you guys want more SEGASLAYER64 Complains in the future? Do you miss this old-fashioned just sort of complain about something for a good few minutes? I don't know, I feel like I didn't really complain in this one. I kind of just like was super excited about water levels. I don't know, this was a random video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, make sure to have a great day, great night, or great evening time. Have a good one, Slayers.